Boo. I have got some things broken in stream here that I need to fix. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning from the United States Midwestern area, Missouri specifically. I wanted to start this morning immediately opening RPG developer BAKIN and checking it out. And that could not happen because its release date, while its release date is clearly posted on the Steam webpage, it is not coming out today for, well, not midnight of today. In other words, it's not out yet. It will actually release on the 18th in Japan Standard Time, worldwide. For me, that means it will release at 7:30 or 8 tonight, which has been quite the debacle for so many folks. Lots of people trying to figure out, well, what time will it release for me? So many people trying to do that math. Oh, 1 second. We're still going to do stuff, though. Hold on. There are still things to do. There are still things to address. One of those things is, well, I've got a game I need to make in Smile Game Builder yet. 2, there are some resources that I'd like to point out pertaining to RPG developer BAKIN. And 3, and this is important, the stream is still going to happen, and I'm still going to use RPG developer BAKIN, and we're going to check out anything you guys want to. We're going to answer every question you guys can come up with. And we're going to be doing this from the perspective of just me, somebody who has used SGB extensively, somebody who has worked his way through different eventing systems and different RPG engines, and there's a lot of us out there. There's a lot of folks out there, and many of you are better at it than I am. But we're going to be looking at the specifics of what we know the engine can handle, what we know the engine's not quite ready for yet, comparisons between it and SGB, and overall, hopefully, just be able to help everybody determine if this is the RPG engine of their choice. The stream is still happening tonight. It is going to happen at, might get started at 7:30, but the release date I think is not until 8 p.m. tonight, my time. So here in about 12, 13 hours, the RPG developer BAKIN stream will happen. 2 streams in 1 day. I had to work out a deal with my wife. And then the video bomb is going to happen. We're going to have a ton of tutorial videos so that people can get a handle on where everything is at in the program, whether or not you've used SGB. And I'm really excited for all of that. We've got some folks coming out as beta testers, early access type folks. Jackson Mayra has outed himself as a beta tester. He's got 500 hours in the engine, and he has used much of it to create his beautiful asset packs already in progress. So the first thing I'm going to do is point you to the #1 resource for RPG developer BAKIN assets. This is by far the most important one. This is Jackson Mayra, otherwise known on itch.io as SGB Assets. And he is the author of jackassets.com. The website is not open yet. Looks like the release is today, so the website will probably be open soon. His time, when the engine releases, all of our time. It releases globally at the same time, but you know, we all live in different time zones, so the hour is different for us. And this guy is going to have, I know he's going to have a ton, just a stream of a ton of quality assets in themed packs. He's done it for years with Smile Game Builder, and they've all looked fantastic. They've all looked great. I have all of them. I can boast about having all of Jackson's SGB assets. One thing I need to do really quick is share this stream link with my SGB Discord friends. Ooh, Discord's opening. You're gonna get to see all of my messages. Oh, it opened on my second monitor. Sorry. Good old security bot. It locked the SGB Discord channels because it detected a raid. It was really just a bunch of people joining. All right, and we're gonna go to social media promotion, and I'm going to just paste that there. By the way, the official Smile Game Builder, official RPG developer BAKIN Discord, which is also the official Smile Game Builder Discord, is open for business. It's ready for you to join. And time draws near. There's a lot more people joining now. Like it's starting to really pick up, which is really exciting. All right, so I've lingered on that house long enough. I need to get into my RPG assets for the game that I want to make for Patchwork's Jam, which is something I'm trying to work on really quick. And those would be on my desktop. RPG assets, SGB, Jackson Mara. Penance? I think penance is what I want. So we're going to unzip penance. Then we're going to go here. We're going to add assets. Penance in particular is what I want. Item, monsters, maps. Objects, add. We need to go to... I can't paste the link to where I want to go in the SGB browser, unfortunately. So I gotta browse there. Luckily, I've dropped this folder on my desktop for that exact reason, so it'll be easy to get to. There we go. Add it. No. Not at 0.6 scale. Crap. Do that again. Do that one more time. All right. This isn't the 24-hour live stream. No, this is not the 24-hour live stream. I can't wait for BAKIN either. Good morning, guys. You guys want to see the timer for when BAKIN is released? That's what you want to see? In case you missed it, I was talking about jackassets.com, which is something that I would bookmark right now if I were you, because that's where you're going to have top tier BAKIN ready assets from Jackson Mayra, a longtime asset creator for SGB. And also copying the link. The very next place I want to send you is, we all know him. Trying to find my browser. It's over here on my main window. Doof. Bakin.rpgmakertimes.info. This is going to be ran. This is ran by Companion Wolf. And it's going to link to a ton of the pertinent information that you will need. There are FAQs on here. If you only have if you only have one place that you can go for all things, and you can only check there and then get out, I would almost say it's the Steam discussions forum for RPG developer BAKIN, but a lot of those are going to be like, the forums are going to be full of questions that get asked over and over again. The Discord's a great place to go for information, and then RPG Maker Times is gearing up to be a premier source of information for BAKIN. Right away, you've got the system requirements, an explanation of what it is, tutorials, assets, games, empty for now, FAQs, terms of use, and it's ran by Companion Wolf, who also has assets he is making, which will be for sale through here and on the itch.io page and the Gnome Treasure Store, which will run to the itch.io page, and I'll show you that real quick. This Companion Wolf's itch.io page has commercial assets you can use in your game, including Stone Walls, Volume 1, Brick Walls, Volume 1, the Modular Market Pack, the High-Tex Floor Terrains, the High-Tex Wall Terrain Mega Pack, and the Ground Terrain. All of this stuff. Decent prices for a lot of content. And he is a firm believer of the modular asset convention, so all of his assets are things you can piecemeal together to create different combinations to make all kinds of different things. Are we going to need a place to post C# scripts? That's a pretty good point. We don't have a place like that in the Discord. That might be a really good idea. I have a lot of work to do on this Discord. I still have work to do on it. It's not the cleanest it could be, and it needs to be cleaner. It's not that bad in retrospect, but it needs to be cleaner. Blender has a plugin that generates textures based on text input. A little bit of AI. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. I'm one of those people who's pretty dumb when it comes to Blender, though. Like, I'm not a... I have a couple tutorials on my channel for how to use Blender with SGB in particular, but they're very, very simple things to get people started doing very common tasks. I imagine the process will probably be very, very similar for BAKIN, but we'll have access to more materials. We will have access to, instead of just the base color, which is the case for SGB, we will also have access to reflection, specularity, not just diffuse, but albedo. We'll have access to albedo maps. And that makes the models pop and look amazing. And the 2D light, or the 2D light, lighting plays off of 2D sprites, which is freaking incredible. I haven't seen that before. Not in an engine that's commercially available to the public. That's good stuff. So streaming now for about an hour. I'm going to be streaming till 9 a.m. my time, and then later tonight, about 8, guaranteed 8 Central. That is when I'll be streaming BAKIN content. Finally. It's worth the price point. The Blender plugin or BAKIN. I think BAKIN is going to definitely be worth the price point, especially because it's a little bit cheaper during early access, and it's a little bit cheaper during or for SGB users for at least 2 weeks. I don't know that it's going to be forever that cheap, but it will be discounted. Plugin is free. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, so I need to get in and check out the model that I just imported. And it's a pennant, and I want these pennants we're going to do elevation 3, elevation 4. Should I do 4? No, 3. 3 is fine. It's gonna look a little weird, but it should be fine. Elevation 4 on that one. There we go. And I need allow underpass, but I need elevation 3 on these. Why am I giving... Wow. The complete wrong place. Let's try that again. Elevation 3. Boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. All right. Perfect. Love that. And now, I wonder if this will be easier to do in BAKIN. BAKIN, I don't want to speculate. I don't think that this is difficult to do. The only thing that this lacks, in my opinion, is once you've done this like 2 times, you're basically a master at it. The only thing this lacks is the ability to give you, I mean, it lacks a lot. One of the most basic things that I could ask for is to allow you to apply sloped elevations to these things. You can't do that. You can only apply block elevation. So you have to use slopes elsewhere in the map in order to take advantage of these collisions. being walkable. And when I say walkable, Jack Assets is here. Jack, I was just promoting your website. What an honor. It's nice to have you. BAKIN's collision functions are frighteningly amazing. Be careful. It's not released yet. We can only talk about things that are publicly available. Publicly available knowledge. Awesome. Awesome that you're here. Hello. Welcome, Jack. But that's good to hear. That's good to hear. We need to put... I'm using your assets for my jam game right now in SGB. I just got done importing one of your assets. Jack has been like such a huge impact on... has made such a huge impact on the community and everything that we do, because he has made so many things. I'm working with default things for this map, but I don't know. I would think that if we watched a video and we didn't know and we had to ask, then it wouldn't be public knowledge. But I am happy either way to work in the engine, because I am imagining that the philosophy to build the collisions and walkable surfaces is probably going to come from the same perspective, but the power that we'll have is going to be way more. The drawback that comes with having more power with any engine is that functionality, that UI is going to be more in depth, not as beginner friendly. That's just a given, right? That's just, you should expect that. Instead of having a place to put a block, you've got a place to put a block, and then you're going to have a ton more options, I would imagine, that are like what shape you actually want here, where you want the scale, rotation, translation to be. Those are things that they add to the power that you have, but that power does come with more learning. So I've been blabbing. I need to set my penance down. Oh, that's the diagonal one. I don't want the diagonal one. I want the straight across one. Yeah, that's what I want. I think that's what I want. Aha! Delete. Delete! One more in. Right there. There we go. Another one. I might have to place a post down for that to make sense. Is that a truce to you? Is that where I want it? I don't want that one. Perfect. So I'm basically making a secret walk point. Not so secret now that I'm streaming about it, huh? But I need to get back into the assets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boop. And this is kind of looking like I skipped a step. Well, anyways, I want your character to be able to climb on this house and walk across these pennants to get something for somebody else. The things that I'm most interested, actually, I'm trying to collect questions from viewers on what they would like to know. And two of the things that I think have been asked the most are what's the maximum map size and what's the extent of C#? How does C# play a role? What are we able to do with it? So those are things I'm going to try to answer on the stream. Somebody just posted the AI texture generator for Blender in the Discord. Was that you? Camera stuff. I am very interested in camera stuff. I will definitely be checking that out. I don't mind the cameras in SGB because I've learned how to use them. That was not an easy or fun process, but it was necessary. And now that I know how to use them, I like them. I have fun with them. I know how to get things going. But relearning a different system in BAKIN with the hopes that it'll be easier to create more fluid scenes, have more control over dynamic camera angles and things like that, that's going to be a lot of fun. And it looks like that may be the case. I've seen folks talk about how the one Steam message from Smileboom said first person was going to be a little bit different. I think I'll be able to figure that out pretty quickly. I mean, I think people will be able to figure it out pretty quickly. But I'll be sharing how to do that right away. Importing FBX mapping. I know that it does support FBX, which I don't mind at all. There's people that use other game engines that complain about the usage of FBX and how they would rather see GLTF used because FBX is proprietary or closed or whatever. And I mean, to me, none of that matters. None of it matters at all. I mean, it's not proprietary. They're not going to... Maybe it is technically proprietary, and that's not the right word. It's not like Autodesk is going to one day say, okay, nobody can use this. It's, no takesy backsies. We can all use the FBX file format. I came here for something specific. Oh, yeah. The house. So, I probably don't want to do this with... Yeah, I do. This is exactly what I want to do. Put that there. We need a visual indicator that this is a possibility. It's going to grab a slope. A slope right there. Boop. Just like that exactly. Now, my issue with FBX is that it doesn't save custom properties when exported. Can you explain what that means to me? I have a very basic understanding of 3D in general, and I only know that FBX is supports scene data versus the OBJ file format. The door appeared on the roof. No. Whoop. There we go. No. I want you to... There we go. You're fine. You're fine. Is it free? FBX? Danila Beresiartua? Welcome. Just FYI, this is Smile Game Builder, not BAKIN. BAKIN will not be free. FBX is free, but it is not open source. Just in case you were talking about any of those subjects. And now the house. This house model is in outdoor. When you add custom properties to a model, some game engines like Unity can read those properties, but FBX doesn't support exporting with custom properties. I see. So that's not an engine limitation. That's actually a limitation of the file format itself. Interesting. I see. Okay. That's kind of good to know. So I'm sure at some point somebody's going to knock BAKIN or SGB or something because of stuff like that. Maps, objects. We want buildings. We're going to go to the house. Or actually, where's the house? Where's the house? House? Where are you, house? Private dwelling. Is that you? That looks like you. Looks like you to me. All right. Cool. Now we're gonna... We've got an elevation of 3 already here. We'll just use that for the whole thing. Do a no elevation on the sides. Delete that elevation. Elevation of 4 for the chimney. I want to do an elevation of 4 for the peak of the house, but I also do not because there's no way to put a slope on there. I fell right off. Wow. Today I learned that you can just fall off of objects. I did not know this. I've never done that before. Oh, I've got to change that. I've got to change that. Is it because I need to say other objects can be placed on this object? Yes, that's what it is. I think in BAKIN this will be doable. Due to scaling. I'm ready to play with the scaling. The scaling feature of BAKIN is one of the most amazing things. And RPG in a Box just added scaling as well. Because RPG in a Box just implemented scaling for objects that you can place on the map. So you can take the one asset and place it down and scale it And that takes your one set of assets and it makes it into hundreds and hundreds of assets now. The rotation feature in BAKIN also is freaking awesome, because being able to plant your trees and stuff at different angles means your maps can be, it means you guys can build beautiful forests for me to get lost in. That's what it means. That's the number one example, the most prevalent one, is forest building for me, and I cannot wait to jump into a forest and make forests. So I had trek through a few forests in real life, and I want to recreate that feeling of actually going through one. After almost 550 hours of using BAKIN, watching you mapping a project using SGB, I realized how much I suffered creating content for SGB. Whoops. Your hard work is really, really appreciated. Really appreciated. It has made it much more enjoyable to make maps in the engine. The assets really, truly do a lot for a given engine. Now, if they can come with assets, or those assets are freely available or whatever, that's great. But tools like what allow us to rotate and scale as soon as we get the asset in there, that really, really ups our power levels. People being able to take a limited amount of assets in MMORPGs like Final Fantasy XIV and Elder Scrolls, they can make a ton of unique apartments, houses, oftentimes you can go into these places and wonder how the heck they managed to do it. I think that's what I had to do. And they're just using the same assets available to everybody else, but they have the ability to rotate the assets and to place them precisely and overlay things on top of one another. That's another important point. You can take things and dye them colors and overlay them, and you can build scenes from the same set of tools that somebody else has that look completely different. Ah, come on. Now that's going to happen. Can I not walk on the pennants like I want? I guess we'll get rid of that. I guess we'll get rid of those. That's too bad. That's too bad. If I enable being able to place objects on top of that, it will just break it. I don't want to break it. I'm just going to make this look a little more jank than it's supposed to. All right. We'll play test that. I made it. I can do it. I can grab whatever item is there. Wow, I didn't even have to make an event to do a warp. All right. It doesn't look very good, but that's because I'm using these not for their intended purpose. The line is actually going right through my body. Oh well. All right. I was going to say, now somewhere around here I've got Chi2 Box, not Chi2 Box, Ken Shape, Kenny Shape. They changed their name. And I'm going to make a Ken shape model. I'm actually going to make several Ken shape models. Again, Jack Assets, make sure you bookmark this, just jackassets.com. Don't forget, bakin.rpgmakertimes.info. And I'm going to take the newest Jack assets and showcase them right here on the channel. And try to build some beautiful maps. I probably won't be able to do the amazing models justice. Jack, can you tell us whether your new models take advantage of the new material properties that BAKIN allows? Are you utilizing those albedo maps? Let's see here. What else was I going to do? What else was I going to do? Oh, yeah. I was just going to go to YouTube. And it's going to go to my YouTube. And I was going to go to my channel. And I was going to search. Actually, I don't know why I did that. Just Ken shape SGB. I should be the first result. Should be, yep. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I am Amalgam Ash, and this is Ken shape. Ken shape is a 3D asset making tool. It creates index and generate based on. We have the pencil, which takes. I wanted to show you that really fast. You can change the UI scale. I had to bring this up to 2, and it doesn't go any higher, but this basically, honest citizens, we use dark mode. 6 of the model due to its complexity. That changes. Okay. We're going to go with a 16 by 16 model. We need to change the UI scale. Can I go to 4? No, it only goes to 2. But that's okay. Jack, I want to congratulate you as well on having assets bundled with BAKIN. You are now a permanently recognized part of Smile Game Builder and an RPG developer BAKIN. When I saw the screenshots of the Western stuff, I'm like, man, that's messed up, unless that's Jackson stuff. I was thinking for a minute that it wasn't. But the look of everything looked really, really similar, so I didn't really suspect too hard that it wasn't. Ward Icon, good morning. No hero quest this morning. We're going to save the hero quest for tomorrow, excuse me. Which I kind of predicted last week. RPG developer BAKIN is coming out, and I'm going to try to make sure I give people a heads up on that existing soon. Whoop, here we go. So I'm just building some things in an RPG engine and making a simple little game while I wait. It comes out tonight at 8 p.m. Central Time, which is when I'm going to be streaming again. But tomorrow, I'm definitely going to go back to streaming Hero Quest because I'm going to have a ton of RPG developer BAKIN videos on the channel at that time. I'm putting in overtime to ensure that this gets covered. There's a lot of content creators out there who are going to be messing around with this, and I think the more there are, the better. But I really want to make sure that I do my part. I want to strike while the iron's hot. The fact that I used PBR materials brought all my projects to life. Awesome. Awesome. That's amazing. I need a symbol on this coin. That might be okay. And then just to make it 3D. What's that model look like? It looks like this. Yikes. I was pretty sure I could get behind the model. Back. There we go. What does that do? I haven't used the back function in this yet. What's it make it look like? It doesn't seem to do anything. At least, not that. Let's... Oh, I see what's going on here. I see what's going on here. Front side's got an extrusion, back side's got an extrusion. Well, I don't want to... It's a coin. Will it look bad if I just extrude the outer edge? It's not even trying to do that. Do I need to put 2? I guess so. I'm using KenShape really quick to make a coin asset that will be collectible for the game. KenShape is $3.99. It works fine with Smile Game Builder. I've got a tutorial up on how to build a project quickly in here and also export it with the properties that make it really easy to import into Smile Game Builder. No Blender or anything like that needed. I see what it did. It put a 1 on everything. Put a depth of 1. We need a depth of equals sign to equal the opposite half. Right? Right. That's perfect. No worries. Don't wear yourself out. Man, it's so hard not to. I've been talking about my desire to do 24-hour streams and cover this tool and that. Stick around while you drink that hot elixir of life in a mug. I have plenty of that myself in my gold. Hold on a second. I want to show this off. I've never actually shown this off. This is, it's hard to see on camera, but this is actually like the same gold tint as the first Legend of Zelda Nintendo cartridge. Yeah, it doesn't look like that at all, possibly because of the green screen taking all the green out of it. Yeah, because it's reflecting green in real life, so it's reflecting transparency on y'all's end. But this was at dollar store for like $5, and I saw that, and I'm like, heck yeah. Oy. Take a nap so I could do a long stream tonight. I'm gonna do a stream till about 10-ish. I'm thinking 8 to 10:30. 8 to 10:30 Central. And I've got I have videos besides that Jackson said it, I will too. I've been playing with it too. I can't discuss anything that's not publicly available, but the videos have been made and the videos are coming out tonight. I'm currently working on a project to create a kind of open world without the need to use BAKIN's default terrain. It's ambitious, but I think it will work. Open world without the need to use the default terrain. So basically, the environment is the model. That's nice. Yeah, I'll just out myself because I'm only on stream for another 30 minutes. The next time you see me, I'm going to be using BAKIN. So it's been so difficult to talk about the engine and try to answer questions in a vague way without giving stuff away. Transition back. Let's get this coin done. The depth looks fine. Let's export it. How do I export? What settings do I use to export this again? Tell me, Ash.
It's easier to look at and think about if you've played Minecraft, I suppose. And then 8 comes all the way out here. But we'll do a center justification. I just made a bottle model with no effort at all. I didn't have to paint it. I'm going to be painting here in just a bit, but we can export this as model image or voxel. So exporting as model, we have the...
Actually, this was the video I needed to see.
Everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am
Pikachu outfit, Ash.
Today I am going to be creating a model using pen shape, and then I'm going to import that model into Smile. A nice golden outline, and then finally a nice shiny sheen right on the edge there. Looking at the model, I think that looks fine. I'm going to export it. We want to keep
What?
export type at model.
Sneak peek.
Export format, we want FBX because that is the format that Smile Game Builder accepts. And then for texture, we actually want unwrapped. You can do Atlas and it will work just fine with Smile Game Builder, but unwrapped allows you to see the texture, and then you can edit it in a paint program and make copies.
Ooh.
A lot more useful to us.
Ooh.
Make sure you keep it
Ooh.
and go ahead and export it at 100%. So for this, we're going to call it gold.
Thank you for sharing that. World premiere sneak peek.
Put spaces, we could end up with
Holy crap.
opening Smile Game Builder, new project. I don't even have
That's freaking
open.
beautiful.
And add assets. We are at the 2-minute mark. Go
Oh
to
God, that's beautiful.
objects and then add. And then golden coin is here.
Woof.
After you find your model, make sure your box is checked. When it's importing FBX files, it executes optimization automatically. Also, make sure your scale is set
Damn,
to
that's good.
0.005. And then add.
I can't wait to throw money at Jack assets.
Close that.
I'm gonna be throwing money.
Top tab because that was the name of the folder that our model was in.
To reopen those because I'm gonna visit those later tonight.
These coins all around my test map. Now, it works just fine. The only problem is if you're using Ken shape, this centers the model along all of its axes. And so when we put them in Smile Game Builder, this takes effect and the model is actually kind of shoved into the ground. So here are the considerations. We're done. We've put the model. We are trapped right now because it's kind of impractical to have to do this. So we'll get to the other one in just a bit, but for now I'm going to show you what this looks like. That height box square right here. When you mouse over it, you'll get a text box that says invisible block. You can actually place this down and your coins will rest on top of it. So we're going to put invisible blocks down under these coins to give them that. Back to SGB we go, add assets. As we see it, this will show up in SGB just fine. Let's export it. FBX, unwrapped, on, export. We're going to call this Golden Coin Coup. Back to SGB.
What did I do? What did I do to make that?
In Smile Game Builder, this line, if I were to export this model as is. But let's make our coin so I can actually show you this and prove it. This coin, I'm going to make it a little bit differently. I'm actually going to give it the beveled edges work perfectly. And then you get a little
Okay. I need to make this coin
but let's make our coin
differently. So we're going to do that. We're going to make that just a little differently. Jack, no. The engine map size not public knowledge yet. Ugh. Well, there you have it, folks. Please do not divulge non-public information on my stream. Sorry to be direct. Do not do it. Thank you. I hate to be that guy. I hate to be that guy, but I can't. I can't. Not on here. Not on here. All right. Let's get this bigger. Actually, I need this to be 32 by 32. So. Whoops. We actually have to go all the way back out. Oops. We need a new one. Can I not? There we go. Don't save it. Now. This won't be so bad. Fill that in with our yellow color. Let's see if I can try to finish this before 10 o'clock. I should be able to. Or 9 o'clock rather. I'm only streaming till 9 because I have made a deal with the wife because I need to stream later tonight. And so... Oh, do I want to make that just a little... Yeah. And then maybe a little taller. We'll get to see all of exactly what that information entails tonight. And I'm looking forward to it. I want to scale out, build worlds, quickly prototype things. I'm excited to answer questions. That's not a big enough S. Need to make that a big S. Just want to mess with C# in the battle system. I don't know enough about C# to competently mess with it, but I'm very excited to see what others come up with. I would love to see custom battle systems made. I've been talking in the Discord for a while now about a Star Ocean battle system and Sovereign 7 as well. There we go. Kind of like that coin. Let's do a depth check. And I would pay money. I would commission somebody to make a battle system that was scalable, that worked just like the Star Ocean battle system. It would not even be a question. I would just do it. All right, now we have to figure out what are the export settings. Model FBX unwrapped optimize on. Model FBX unwrapped optimize on export. Export this straight to the desktop and just call it Endra coin. There's a will, there's a way. That battle system will happen quickly. Yes, I agree. And also, good morning to Lazy Chaser. Good morning, GA. Welcome to my very casual stream. Good morning, Giles. What's for breakfast? It's not morning where you are, I realize. Not a Hero Quest stream. It's a RPG development stream. We're talking about BAKIN, and BAKIN is going to be released my time tonight, 8 p.m. I'll be streaming then, using the engine, trying to give you as much information about the engine as possible. Star Ocean reminds me of Tales of Series for battle systems. The Tales of Series, I have seen that phrased, talked about by the RPG making community as a linear motion battle system. And I've seen a plugin that allows you to use such a battle system for RPG Maker. So if somebody can figure out how to do a linear motion battle system, they can for sure figure out how to make a Star Ocean battle system, I would think. When's the Hero Quest Jam? Not announced yet. It is not announced yet. There is still proofreading to be done. I have a rough draft of the rules, the deadlines, the explanations of what a jam is, the explanations of what itch.io and how to submit are, and what HQuest Builder is. And if you already know what all of that stuff is, you already have a great head start. You just need to make your quest and submit it whenever the submission dates open. But it hasn't been announced yet, so I don't know when the submission dates are. And when I say it hasn't been announced yet, I mean I haven't announced it yet. But worry not, you have not missed anything. In fact, the window of that jam is going to be big enough that I feel like even people who couldn't back the Hero Quest project are going to know about it, because... Is that going too far? That's going to be something I really pour my energy into after this BAKIN wave has been rode for a bit. Not pendants. Go to the desktop and Dracoin add. Okay. Now, the desktop folder, which is right here, will have the Endric. Oh my god. That came out to be just a little bit bigger and than I thought it would be. Man, inflation is terrible these days. Let's watch my video again on how to fix that.
Golden coin 2. Desktop golden bars. The settings that we've chosen will pretty much stay.
0.005. Yeah, I knew there was a scale issue. Giant coin. With this giant coin asset, you can crush the inhabitants of any world you build in SGB. I'm going to sell this asset for 99 cents USD. Can't wait to pick between getting a Steam Deck or BAKIN DLC. That's only a hard choice for me if I can play BAKIN on the Steam Deck. Because if I can't, then I don't need to have a Steam Deck. Whoa. Okay. Holy crap. Let's... Oh man, I've lost my map control here. Putting that down has destroyed my camera angle. Let's do this. There we go. Wow. All right. add assets, object, pretty much done now. If I have to do this again with another object, which I would love to, it's going to be way easier. Holy crap. Okay, we can place it down now, right? We can just do. Yep, there's our coin. Awesome. Now, we need to edit the data. And no, we need to go to add assets one more time. Hi, Ribby. Good morning. Yo! It's not a Hero Quest stream. I'm sorry. It's an RPG development stream. And we're talking about RPG developer BAKIN, which is releasing tonight. And I'm going to be streaming that tonight as well. Showing people everything that I've learned. Penance, there we go. This is the SGB? Yes, this is SGB. We're developing an SGB while we talk about BAKIN. I hope that that's fitting enough. Other objects can be placed. Other objects can be placed. There we go. Now my coin should be on top, and it kind of is. How about the invisible block? Where's that invisible block at? We put that down right here. Raise it up. Nope. All right, I won't worry about that then. I will put the coin... I will put the coin elsewhere. Actually, it doesn't look bad there. It doesn't look bad there. Oh, and I want to attach it to an event. I actually do not want it to be an object by itself. I want to be an event. I think BAKIN will be much better than the new RPG Maker. What are your thoughts? I can't speak to that because I don't know what RPG Maker Unite is supposed to be. Like, who is that for? Who is it catering to? Obviously, that's for people who are knowledgeable about Unity. How much of their audience has been asking for a Unity-based RPG Maker? Why? Why does it exist? I don't think that was the developers. I think almost that was investors talking about what they should make next. And I'm just shaking my head because while I'm a fan of engines like Smile Game Builder, RPG in a Box, I mean, at the end of the day, I want to see them all grow and succeed. And RPG Maker is a household name. It should be able to do what the people that buy it want it to do. And when they make new iterations, they should consider the iterations that the people who are buying it and giving them money and using it are suggesting, are requesting. So when they don't do that, and they instead make another 2D game engine, even though it has Unity something, that doesn't excite me. It disappoints me because it's not giving you 3D. It is giving you the ability to do your own 3D stuff, but you already have that capability because you can still code plugins with JavaScript for MV and MZ, so that didn't go away. It's just more convoluted now as it's working with Unity. What goes through their heads when they make this stuff? Yeah, I'm talking about Unite. I don't know anything else about Unite. I don't know enough about it to really speak about it intelligently. I'm not on any sort of hype train about it. I don't follow it closely, so there's a lot that it might be able to do that I have no idea of. And in that, I mean, that's fine. That's great. But I know that Unity is a big turnoff for me. I don't like working in Unity. I want to learn how to use it a little bit better. I want to use it with RPG, with SGB. And if it's capable, I would like to be able to use Unity in the scope of working with RPG developer BAKIN. But I don't know. Most people are confused rather than hyped about Unity. I'm one of those people. I'm confused. I don't understand. And the publishers of it are not doing a good job explaining it. They come out with new updates and they talk about the things you can do, and it's like, but how is this? What is this exactly? What about the visual coding? In what? In SGB? In BAKIN? BAKIN's going to have visual coding just like SGB. And to me, it's easy to use. I'm going to give you my opinion on that. I've only got a little bit of time left, but I'm happy to step into visual coding. So in SGB, you have 3 methods of making a map. Rather, you have 3 major elements that go into a map. And this is more or less the same conventionality that other engines use, other engines that are templated for RPG making. We have the terrain, which is the ground of your place. We can raise and lower different sections of terrain in the engine. We can then place objects down. The objects are everything that's not something that's a part of the landscape. Objects are things like houses, signs, flowers, trees, even pathways made of brick. Stairs are actually bundled in with terrain. Stairs and slopes are part of terrain, but objects are everything that go on your map. That's not the ground. You're looking at a map right now made of very, very simple just terrain raised in certain places. And what I could do is go ahead and delete everything to show you what that looks like. Just delete it all. Delete all of the objects. Boop. This is what the terrain of this map looks like with no objects on it. Everything else that you saw is an object. So you've got those 2 fundamental elements of your map. The third fundamental element is events. Events are what drive the things in any given game to happen. And understanding how to make an event is how to make a game, is how you understand to make a game. Different RPG engines, whether we're talking about RPG Maker, Wolf Editor, Hamster Republic, RPG in a Box, they all do this in slightly different ways, but they all have an understanding that there is a fundamental baseline of functions that you need to be able to make a game that more or less behaves the same way as an RPG you likely grew up playing, such as Dragon Quest, Dragon Warrior, Final Fantasy. And so, SGB comes with tabs and tabs of sort of default events that you might want to use. It makes it very, very easy. These are actually like collections of different event panels or different functions combined together. So we can put this character here. And you don't have to do too much to actually customize this event. You can go ahead and select a graphic for them, select a large graphic for when you want to talk to them, and then you can adjust their script if you'd like. You can convert this to an advanced event if you wish, or you can leave it alone and hit OK. And this event is done. It's going to walk around the map now. It's going to talk when you go to talk to it, but other than that, it's just slowly walking. And we can put all kinds of these NPCs on the map. Here's a running character. We'll grab this and this one to match it. And now she'll be running around the map. But if you'd like to create an advanced event, and this is the meat and potatoes of any RPG engine, we can click on a square and you have the scripting interface. So BAKIN's scripting interface, it advertises itself as, make an RPG without knowing how to code. This is the goal of all RPG templated engines. But it's going to be very, very similar to this because, again, you shouldn't have to know how to program. You shouldn't have to know how to code to make an RPG. So the visual coding system Thanks, that's what I was looking for. I know, I would have jumped straight to this, but I wanted to explain the other parts to anybody else who might have been wondering. So sorry about that. But this is also pretty fundamentally laid out for first-timers. And if you are experienced with making events, then this will make sense. And it's a bit hard to see because it's kind of shrunk down. But basically, right here, well, you'll use almost everything in this window. The complete left-hand side, the white area, this is a big space for you to plug in a whole bunch of conditions. The event won't happen unless there are conditions. And if you don't specify any conditions, well, then the event can definitely happen 100% every time. RPG Maker has this. RPG in a Box has this. BAKIN will surely have this. It's not publicly available information, I don't think, but we can all safely assume that they will allow you to place conditions. The bottom left corner of the screen allows you to select your graphic, and this can change depending on what conditions you've got set up as well. So you can set up a condition where you've set your event down, and it will be invisible until a condition has been met, and then the event will be visible now to the players. And this is actually how a lot of RPG events are set up in games that you play. You can add different sheets, so we can have different sets of conditions trigger different things for the exact same event. That keeps us from having to set down 10, 20, 30 events that are all the same thing. And then this right side, which actually comprises most of the screen, is, let's delete that extra sheet, is where your actual event scripts will go. We have two parts to it right now. Really, really hard to see on stream. I apologize. They're panels. Basically, these are event panels. The top one starts the event. You can change how it starts. Does it start automatically when the conditions are met? Does it start when the player makes contact with the event, or when the event makes contact with the player? When it starts, does it start only one time, or does it repeat in the foreground? Or does it start and synchronize and repeat in the background, allowing you to continue to play the game while the event is going on? Things like timers are how we implement the synchronize and repeat. They run in the background. They don't freeze the screen until they get done timing down. So the automatically start, synchronize, and repeat is used for things like NPCs walking around. Things that allow the world to happen without your interacting with it. When main hero talks, that's the classic, if you walk up to it and press the action button, the event will happen. So that's how people do a dialogue tree, yes. So right here at the end, we have the end event panel. Now, when the event starts, it's going to start at the very top, and it's going to step through each panel until it reaches end event. And depending on whether or not it's supposed to loop, it will either end there, or it will loop back up to the top. But it will always check the conditions first to see if it can loop to the top. So if you wanted to say, it'll loop to the top if we turn switch A on and leave it on. But in the event, if you have an event panel that turns switch A off, that event's not going to loop after this iteration. So this plus sign right here allows us to select a new event panel to insert. And building this script, this event sheet with event panels, is what allows us to make the different things happen in our game. And we have many, many different tabs here in SGB. They're categorized lists of the types of events that we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 tabs. One here is for dialogue only. So we have how to display dialogue. We can display messages. We can display ticker text, which is text that goes across the screen. When we add that event panel, we can type in the properties of the text itself. We have a little bit of markdown or markup support, so we can add like bold and italics to our text. We can color it. We can size it differently. We can choose whether or not to make the ticker scroll. If you'd like to make a caption background, you can make it blank, black, or use an image. We can add another event before or after this one by clicking the plus signs that are, again, really hard to see. They look like little nubs. They're just little circles, but they're like right here. And we can display an image. We can display text on screen as image. We can move a displayed image or delete a displayed image. This is how we set up our things like UI on the screen, our health bars, our level. When you get close to a fishing spot and you decide you want to fish, and now UI appears on the screen that tells you, you know, how hard you're pulling the line and where that fish is. That's done with these displayed image commands. Then there are event panels for brightening and darkening the screen. So you can do fade outs, flashing the screen, shaking the screen, changing the screen color. That's one I don't see used often enough at all. We can right click and delete that. Click on another one. We have battle only events. We have events that are for running common events, which can run at any point during the game that you specify. You can have a list of common events that you can call in these instanced events. We have loops. We have methods to escape those loops. We have notes, which I have been using extensively to explain my events and how they're set up. Because when you open up one of these, if they're very, very big, you're just looking at a lot of gray rectangles, and it can be kind of difficult to parse what that information means and how to use it. But you can use note tags here to really explain to the viewer, to the user, how to use your event system. I have a ton of notes in my Land of Extensia plugin suite available right now for free on itch.io. If you go to amalgamash.itch.io, you can find this, and I'm going to import the same thing to BAKIN by whatever means necessary. Let's put our start space here for our character and playtest our game and look at these NPCs that I laid down. I didn't have to do anything but just click a few buttons and I laid them down. That running NPC is going crazy. They shouldn't call that run. They should call that on crack. I'm slowing her down for sure. Oh my God. She was trapped. She's not trapped in here with us. We're trapped in here with her. Oh my God, she's threatening. A first-hand preview. Jack is back. I got worried that I growled and chased him off. Ultra skill tree. .mp4. Oh. Holy crap. Man, that's nice. Man, that's nice. Jackson, when I come back later tonight, can I show that video to people? So you think I can use it with 7th grade as a classroom project? Absolutely. These things are always, I think they're always valid ways of making school projects, as long as you present it the right way. As long as you explain, you know, all of the things that you had to do, and not necessarily, I just had to push a button and I made a game. Here it is. Do I get an A? Give me an S rank grade. No, if you explain how you are utilizing the tool and what you had to do, what kind of challenges you had, things like that, you're sure to be able to succeed with it in a school setting. All right, guys, Patchwork, good morning. Thank you for dropping in. I'm so sorry. This is the very end of the stream because I got to go. I gotta go spend time with Lady Ash, wake up, enjoy another cup of coffee with her, and I'll be back at 7 or 8 rather p.m. Thank you, Patch. I worked on that Catkin character for more than 5 minutes. I really spent quite a bit of time. It's kind of hard to see. It is a she. She's really small. She's very, very small. Oh my god. Oh god, she's coming to get me. Oh god. Oh my god. Get away from me. Get away from me. I wish the camera angle would kind of pan down more so I could see her better. But she's got a lot of dirt and smudge and freckles. 8 p.m. tonight. 8 p.m. Central, so exactly 11 hours from now I'm going to be streaming again, and we're going to do all things BAKIN. You guys can buy it and check it out yourselves, but if you're not ready to do that yet, you can check out the stream. I know Companion Wolf will be streaming at the same time, so whichever one works for you, whatever time zone you're in, where that's more convenient, you've got options. And hopefully you'll have I'll be streaming more BAKIN content, and hopefully you'll enjoy the videos I have planned for it as well. They're all going up as well after the release is done. But for now, please look forward to it, and look forward to yeah, I got nothing. Look forward to more Patrick Catkin RPG development here. Let's get her to walk up on this ceiling one more time. Ah, that looks painful. Oh, that looks painful. That looks very, very painful. We just walk far enough away that nobody sees that. Okay. Okay. There we go. All right. Have a great night / morning / afternoon, everybody. I'll see you in about 11 hours. The hype is real.